Good evening, everybody. Hope everyone can hear me. Good evening, Joshua, David, John. Hope everyone's well this evening. Hi, Carl. How you doing? How is everyone? Hi, Lee. Uncle Albert, how you doing, sir? Welcome to the stream. I hope everyone's had a good week. Hi, Stephen. How are you doing? Yeah, Drumbo's looking well. A few heart-wrenching moments of it being craned on up in Whitehead Saturday morning. And then on Sunday, when she was craned off again into the Heritage Centre, she looks nice now, sat on the platform with a grey wagon behind her. Work on the canopy is literally progressing now next week to cover and protect her. It sounded very, very rough. Hi Jerry, how you doing? Hi Stuart. Don't forget to hit that like button for me, guys. Any questions, pop them in the comments, I'll try and answer them. And if I can't, somebody in the stream will. Very nice noises. That's one side, I'll look at that later. The sound is very low. Is everyone else having problems with the sound? Right, is that better now? Everyone hear me now? It had hopped over to the webcam mic again instead of my wireless mic. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Didn't spot that. Yeah, Belfast seem to be returning a bit quicker than Dublin. I believe they're doing, for Halloween, they're doing trips from Whitehead into Belfast. I think I've seen something about that. Yeah, it's the second week now my mic has switched over for some reason. There must be some new settings in StreamYard I'm not aware about. Anyway, how is everyone? Yes, Rachel was my top camera person there on Saturday with all the live streams. The pair of us got soaked Saturday morning, stood out in the rain. I don't know, you've seen the pictures from up on Facebook. Somebody took a shot of myself and herself, stood at the top of the Glenshane Pass, waiting for Drumbo to come over. And then she was there all day on Sunday as well, filming, which I haven't edited or put together yet, of the lift into place. That was a mammoth lift to get her into position. We had two cranes, one front and back, had to balance her. Oh, it took a good hour to put her in. And then the rest of the stuff followed quite quickly behind it. Hi, Flymo, how you doing? Yeah, it was quite a weekend, Flymo. Yeah, she got pampered. She got a night away in a hotel. She got a McDonald's for tea. She had a McDonald's breakfast. We went to the Sainsbury's and bought loads of sweets and crap to eat. And best of all, she got to spend a couple of days just herself with her daddy. Dublin's retraining crews. Oh. Joshua, I don't think it mattered where they built an airport. It wouldn't disrupt the railway. It would disrupt local people. All right. Anyway, let's find another loco to put on. I took off the Flying Scotsman because it kept stopping. I think it needs a good clean. And the Class 20 sounds like it's got a bag of spanners in it. Oh, let's try Rebecca, see how that gets on. There it goes. Yeah, it was a bit of a logistic challenge, especially as my car started misbehaving on the journey up there on Friday. And I was like, oh no, you know, the engine management light came on. And I was like, no, not now. But it got me back to Donegal when the car finally gave up. So I made it. Yeah, we kept sort of hopping in front of it, taking back roads to get around it. We had an excellent reception from Derry all the way down to Donegal. In fact, there was people lining the roads and on bridges and everything, like ready to watch. A few people had actually had banners up, and there was that many people. I was looking at them going, there must be a football match on today or something, and they're here to welcome the team or something. But no, they were all out waiting for Drumbo. We had a great reception in Strabane, where the station used to be. Loads of people there. There was a lot of people who then, started telling stories about when they were on the railways and their relatives worked, and we gathered up a lot of stories. Then we went through Castlefin and Killygordon, on through Stranorlar and Ballabafay, and then we stopped in Biddy's of Barnes, where I was up in the cab again, blowing the whistle, and somebody handed me a pint of Guinness for a photo call, and then it was taken off me. And then, of course, into Donegal town. I hopped in the back again, outside of town, and we drove in, blowing the whistle all the way in, and we had a great reception in the centre. Loads of people came out to see it. And we were sat on the diamond for a couple of hours, and then we took her over to the centre and put her to bed for the night. Oh yeah, flying with that wire in, yeah. It's a real bird's nest on that pole that's outside the centre. It feeds a load of businesses. And they had to take every wire down and reconnect it. It took them a lot longer than they thought. Hi Leslie, how you doing? Stopping at the Tinnies, yeah. Yeah, it definitely was, Leslie. Blowing the whistles, we went around the diamond. It actually worked quite well, the whistle. We I borrowed a generator to help run the compressor. The generator wasn't powerful enough to run the compressor, so I blew all the air in Strabane, and then when we got to Biddy's, I ran an extension lead into the pub, charged up the compressor, which gave me plenty of compressed air to blow the whistle when I was in town. Yes, indeed it was, Jerry. It was a great day, and what made it more is the reception we got as well. A lot of people came out. They were fascinated to see it. And since we put her in the centre, we have a lot of people turn up and have a look at it. She's not open to the public yet because we need to do all the fencing and safety stuff around her first and get the canopy done. But she'll be open to the public in a couple of weeks. Yeah, we had, as you say, Flymo on the Saturday. We had no power, so there was no internet. There was no power to power anything. So I just took some video. I'm going to try and edit it together, put something out next week. I just done a quick sort of live stream before the lift was starting, just for the people in town to get down there. And we had, it must have been near on 100 people stood there watching her being lifted in. You know, it's quite a sight, I suppose, to see a steam engine dangling in the air. All 35 tons of her. But no, it was a good day. She's in. Now we've cleared all the stock from where it was sort of stored the last 18 months and put it on the back on the rails around her. It's cleared up our garden space again. Oh, excuse me. So we'll be starting building the garden railway over the next couple of months. That's going to be it's all sort of G-scale LGB stuff, and we've got some G-Scale Donegal stock that we can run on there as well. Yeah, Flymo, I think they were a bit surprised to hear the whistle when they tooted their horn and they got a blast of the whistle back. I did get into a bit of trouble because I was supposed to ring ahead when we were outside of town. I was supposed to ring in and say, we're outside of town, we'll be on the diamond now in a few minutes. So busy setting things up, completely forgot. And the first they knew Drumbo was coming is they heard the whistle coming down the main street. Yeah, she's craned into position now, Leslie. She sat there with her stock around her. We just need to do the fencing and everything around her to protect her and around the platform to allow people access it safely. So she'll sit there now for a few years till we get a bit of track down somewhere, and then we can send her back to be put back into steam. But the amazing thing was when they pushed her out of the shed. You might have seen that with the Guinness shunter. They pushed her back, and it was like it didn't even occur to me that the pistons would be moved and she would be breathing. But as she came past me and the blast came out of the pistons and stirred up all the dirt, and you could hear it. It was like, wow. So she's now back on her track. The measurements were all correct and she fitted in. There's somebody took a shot off her dangling in midair with the track underneath her, and it looks like from the perspective that she won't fit on the track. No, the Gardaí were actually quite good. They came out to Biddies, which is about 8 miles outside the town, and they escorted her in. As I say, it was sort of first big event in the town since before lockdown, because we haven't had St. Patrick's Day for 2 years, or we normally have a big parade. That was one of the original plans, if she was ready, to bring her back in the parade. But of course, that never happened. Everything got delayed. But she's back now, sitting there all red and shiny. But when the canopy's up and the electrics are in and there's lighting there, because of course it's too dark in the evening now, I'll do one of the live streams from around Drumbo, so you can I'll take you on a tour and give you a good look around. Well, it'll take a fair bit of work. Like, it's all the boiler needs to be done now, Carl, to put her back into steam. Everything else has sort of been done for mainline running, even though it's 3-foot gauge. But yeah, when we left, the guys up there in Whitehead said, what we need to do is get everyone to come in and put €1 or €2 in through the chimney, and when the boiler's full of euros, send it back up. Yeah, it was a great achievement, Stephen. It was like it was delayed by 18 months, and at times it felt like it was never going to get there. But when I was eventually able, out of lockdown, to go up and actually see the work that being done on her, you knew it was going to happen, and all the planning that went into it, all the people that are involved, the manager at the centre, all the staff there, all the ones up at Whitehead, the RPSI, HEI Engineering, you know, and all the people who gave their stories in time, you know, Quinn Crane Hire, Edwin Kirk, who actually drove the lorry. You know, all these people gave their time and effort, even the ESB guys who helped us out in the Garda. It was just to see it all coming together and to see people actually so happy about it, have the crowds out and hear the stories. And there was, we came into Strabane and there was one woman there and she looked at it because her husband worked on Drumbo and all the steam engines in the shops when it was running. And she looked at it and she started crying, and I had to look away because I thought if I carry on looking at her, I'll be crying as well. But when you think about it, it's such a strange thing to get emotional about. It's just a big piece of metal. But it's a 114-year-old piece of metal. Yeah, it's pretty dark and miserable here at the moment, Leslie. The weather's awful. It's that very heavy, fine, misty rain. It's cold. There's a fire lit. I've actually got my blow heater on out here to keep me warm. Yeah, the town is very proud, Leslie. I think they're, you know, the fact that this steam engine is now front and center sitting there. And once we finished all the landscaping around it and all the new signage and get the 7¼ inch put up on the old platform and everything, you know, it really will add something to the town. As well as that, she's going to be uplit with different colored lighting, which would be great at Christmas and, you know, St. Patrick's Day and that sort of thing. And she does look the business. So you see her sat there on her tracks by a platform so you can step onto her. A really useful engine. Yes, Joshua, very good. Of course, she's a red engine. She's number 5, same as James, of course, which a lot of children pointed out to me. That's exactly it, Jerry. It was a good news story, and it was something to pick the spirits up, something to, you know, we're going into the dark of winter again, you know, and it's a good news story for the town, something exciting that's happened. You know, onwards and upwards. Yeah, it was a great morale boost. It's actually given me a great boost as well because it was stressing me out. You know, like even the other day we were stood out there with some of the staff. We were all stood there looking at it, and we all sort of thought, you know, a few of us at times thought it's never going to happen, but there she was. And there she is. No, I don't think the RPSI have snow plows, Joshua. I don't think they would need them. Not even sure if Aaron Road Aaron or TransLink have any. They must do have something. Yeah, I've seen that, Carl. Irish model, no, Irish Rail Models. They supplied the transport. Yeah, Mam's Cross is coming on. Lovely. I do want to get down there and have a look at it. Thanks, David. But it's not down to me. It was a huge team effort from everybody involved in the centre, all the other directors, the manager, the staff, all the volunteers. I must admit, I was absolutely knackered Saturday evening. I was also knackered Sunday evening. Yeah, don't forget the camera person as well. She was involved. Anytime I'm on camera, she's always behind it. I must actually see if I can find that picture, and I'll share it with you guys now so you can. It was actually John McKechnie, is it? I'm not sure how to pronounce the surname. The RPSI chairman who took the photo. And he followed Drumbo then all the way to Donegal. He's got some lovely shots of her. Oh, there we go. Hi, Dinmore Junction. How you doing? Anthony, how you doing? Anthony Trice. There we are. The one thing about that picture is I really need to go on a diet. Hey, Anthony Dodge, how you doing, sir? Anthony Trice, this layout it's 10 foot wide by 13 foot long. That's the size of the room. It goes all the way around the room. COVID curves, yeah. But there you can see my dedicated camera person. There's her actually coming up the hill. And that one there is if we're passing Victoria Road, which is the Derry terminus of the CDR. There we are in Strabane by the Tinnies. We've done an interview there with UTV. And we also had RT following us as well for Nationwide. They had a great day. They got loads of interviews done. They even done an interview with my dad, who can remember getting the train into town to buy his first communion suit. Well, there's one of the signs that was out. And there she is going past Stranraer station, where the station would have been. That was the Minister of Headquarters off the railway. And that's the famous Barnesmore Gap. If you look up on the hill behind her, you can see the ridge where the railway once ran. Well, and there's in Garda Síochána, the Irish Police Force. I think some of the people said it was great to see her coming in, apart from the Egypt stood in the back of her with a big grin on his face. Oh, why is everything just stopped? Right. We'll go back to the cameras. Don't forget to hit the like button for me, guys. Hi, Somerset. Andy, how you doing? So you just popped in there. Sorry if I missed anyone while I was going through the pictures. But now I have to see why everything just stopped. I don't know. All right, let's reset everything and start it off again. Oh, hi, Ewan. How you doing? I see you pop in there. Stop to see the pictures. Yeah, try 10 bob in the meter. I don't know why. I can hear it clicking. Something's upset it. Yeah, it hasn't reset. I mean, something is causing a short somewhere. It's usually when something is over a point. You've pulled some dirt into a point and causing it to short. Make sure everything's cleared from the point. Our rail master can't communicate. It's all gone wrong. All right, let's just reset everything. Start again. Okay. I wonder if a chip has blown in one of them engines, causing it to short out. Let's take Tornado off first. So we'll do this one by one to see if we can find out which one is causing the problem. Nope. Let's take all the ones off that aren't pulling anything. Just make sure. We could always get some of the brasswork cast and aluminium Flymo for inside the cab, the dials and all that. We have the whistle done. We have the nameplates. Need to get the maker's plate done. I believe the originals are all out there somewhere in people's personal collections. You know, this is just shorting out for no particular reason. So it's only if a bit of wire or something has come out of one of the locals and is shorting the track somewhere that I don't see. And these were derailed. Right, that is the roll-off bar one. Yeah, the on-off has been tried. This is one of the problems with the Hornby Railmaster. You have to reset the system every time there's a short, and it takes about a minute to reset every time. And it's just shorting out every time. And I don't know why. This is one of these fault finding things that can take hours. You can hear it trying to reset, and it just shorts out. So anybody who's ordered the A-Class, have they received it yet? I haven't even got notification yet that it's in the post. I've received the sound chip. Yeah, usually that's what it is, you know, and I find it's a problem with one of the points because I use Electrofrog points. And sometimes if it doesn't go across the point properly or it hops, it can cause a short. That's the first thing I've done was move everything off the points. It's just not resetting. Which is a real pain. All right, let's shut it down completely and start again. Go back into Railmaster. Let's see what it does. It's unusual that because it was running quite happily and it just poof stopped. So it's going to be a case of oh, there we go. That point hasn't fired. Nope, it's just starting and shorting out. I think that ends the running session for this evening, guys, because it's going to take me a while to go through the whole thing and see what's causing the problem. If I was actually working on the layout and it tripped, I would know where I was working and what caused the trip. But the fact that everything was just running around smooth as a nut. Hi, Mark Hamilton. How you doing? Ah, this is what makes model railway so interesting. It's also what makes you swear a lot. What could it be? The Los Angeles airport. Yes, fault tracing session required indeed, Flymo. Where does one start? It's going to be a real pain if I have to take. This is something I meant to do but haven't done yet, is the lower level, to put an isolating switch on that so I can switch the power off to that. So at least I split both levels so I can trace the faults. I can manually just unscrew the connectors to sort that out. It says crawling under the layer. So I did put isolating fish plates in between the two levels. Seamus, how you doing, sir? Let's see you sneak in there. How's things? Oh, I see you there, Seamus. You said you'd give me a hand building the garden railway. Have you thought up of any plans or layouts for? I'd like to have some sort of, two loops with one going over another just for sort of a visual effect. So you can come up with any designs. Yeah, I had a problem before with a point over in the corner. And of course, it was always the point that was the furthest away and hardest to reach. Oh, I'm wondering. Of course, I haven't got my phone to use as a torch because they're being used as cameras. All right, do you know what, guys? I'm going to call the stream there so I can get fault finding and get it up and running. So thanks for tuning in. We almost made it to an hour anyway. Yes, the fault is always the last place you look. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to hit the old like button for me. I'll get this up and running again for next week, same time as usual next week. As I said, when we get the canopy and the lighting in, I'll do a live from some Thursday evening from Drumbo, so we can have a good look around it and look at the layout of it. We'll be doing a video on when she was being craned into position and everything. Hopefully I'll have that done for next week. There'll be no video out tomorrow because I haven't done anything out here since, well, I can't even remember. But hopefully the weekly videos on this layout will start again next week. Also doing a little bit of work on some of the layouts in the center as well, because I got my not necessarily got my mojo back, but I got a bit more time now with Drumbo being home and most of the work being completed on that, so I'm freed up a little bit. So thanks for tuning in. Oh, hi Kieran, sorry, we're just going because my layout has faulted and is refusing to work, so I'll probably spend the next hour here fault finding. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. Stay safe, everyone. I'll catch you all next week. Be back 7:30 again next Thursday, hopefully with a working layout. So everyone take care and good night from Donegal.